Magic exists to serve man, and never to rule over him. Foul and corrupt are they who have taken his gift and turned it against his children. They shall be named Maleficar, accursed ones. They shall find no rest in this world or beyond. The Chant of Light, Transfigurations, Chapter 1, Verse 2. Hello, and welcome to the second episode of Victory, Vigilance, and Sacrifice, a Dragon Age story of the Fourth Blight. Last week was postponed, but for very good reasons. I got a cat. His name is Lucifer Meowing Star. He is settling fairly well, and if anyone is local to LA and wants a cat, the Harbor Shelter has many, many kittens and only one empty cage as of Sunday, so spay and neuter your cats, people. Anyway, that PSA aside, this game uses the Dragon Age video game setting developed by BioWare and the officially licensed tabletop role-playing game published by Green Ronin. Thanks also to Incompetech, aka Kevin MacLeod, for creating the wonderful music you will hear tonight. Incompetech can be found through the Roll20 app, which we will also be using tonight. As a content note, the Dragon Age setting is not a nice place. Warnings persist across this chronicle for war violence, sickness, undead, and terrible choices made in terrible circumstances. We will be employing the X card for player safety. So, tonight, join us in telling a story of the Fourth Blight. First, Warden recruits, tell us a little bit about who you are and where we can find you when you're not fighting Darkspawn.
Hey everybody, I'm Ambrose. My pronouns are he or they. You can find me all over the internet as Changeling, and on Etsy at Thornkind, testing out that new Hive social. We'll see how that goes. And you can find me on Tumblr now. I'm there doing that thing. Tonight I will be playing Galen, whose pronouns are he or they, and he is an elf, a wood elf. And
Dalish elf.
yeah, Dalish elf. And he's agreed to do something just to keep track of a misbehaving person. He doesn't know what he's in for.
Hi all, I'm Devin. You can find me online at Sorta Sullied and Until the Bird app dies. And tonight I will be playing Garrick, the blacksmith, with nobody left.
That's sad.
No. You're not supposed to say that.
Oh. That's sad.
That sounds better.
Okay. Alright, hello everybody, my name is Steve. You can find me on the internet at places with the name Voodoo Arcade. My pronouns are he, him. And tonight I will be playing the Tranquil healer? Question mark? Applier of mud to wounds, Jurgen.
Alright, thank you all. As me.
What? Just because he's the rogue doesn't mean you can ignore him. That's how your wallet gets stolen.
That's right. I am Brody. Pronouns he, they. I can be found at the Raba1 on Twitter because I remain an entropic Luddite who will only jump over when a majority of his friends have. I am playing tonight Harel Wing, the alien age located elf, city elf, who might be in trouble all the time.
We are also missing Critical K. Hopefully they will be able to show up at some point. Fingers crossed, we miss you, K. So, as for me, I'm your game runner, Rachel. You can find me at Stolen Fires pretty much everywhere on the internet, including the Burning Bird app, MySpace, Instagram, YouTube, and Hive? Anyway, you can also find previous episodes of this game and other games being run on this channel on YouTube, where we would love your likes and subscribes if you feel inclined to give them. We'd also appreciate your subscription to this channel, but unlike Twitch, subscribing on YouTube is free. So, that out of the way, it is recap time. Brody, would you care to read the recap for what happened the last session?
I would be delighted to. A young man on horseback approaches on the road, wearing armor and bearing weapons. He comes from some amount of money, as can be seen. We are hailed as Grey Wardens, but Leanne and Michael hold some suspicions. Rory, as he introduces himself, seems resigned in nature when revealing he is here to join with the Grey Wardens. Garahel and Isaiah are willing to answer our questions on what it is to be a Grey Warden, as we arrive at the simple wooden warden outpost on the outskirts of Val Royeaux. Arrow is stabled with hands that actually know what they're doing, and we are sent to meet the others. We are fed with quaint but warm, home-cooked rations. Jurgen tells us to enjoy our meals. They may be our last. Some do not make it through the joining. We demand elaboration in our shock. Garahel chuckles and tells Jurgen not to scare us. Rory snorts into his mug of ale, prompting Garahel to ask him if he has a problem. Rory brushes it off. Isaiah comes in, handing off some papers to Garahel. Poor news. The dwarves have reported more darkspawn in numbers that indicate another blight. Garahel excuses himself to make preparations, while Isaiah stays and asks if we know what our tasks are. Our educator pulls out a map and asks us if we're familiar with the griffin nesting area about 2 to 3 days from here at the western approach. We must go and check on the griffins and collect vials of darkspawn blood, and somehow manage to survive. We all set out, Jurgen to escort us as he's the senior member of our group. We're a little concerned with his inability to feel things. Will he leave us to die out of lack of concern? Isaiah steps away to talk with her brother, Garahel, and they discuss the concern. Garahel decides to come with us, just in case. Harold Wynn is disappointed. He had been daydreaming of escape, only to have those dreams dashed to splinters. The journey begins, and Rory does nothing but complain, when one tumbles out of his mouth regarding Galen and Arrow. If he has a problem with it, he can try riding Arrow himself. Garahel tells us more about what might happen after our first mission. We must journey to Antiva in preparation of a coming blight. This also means that we ought to work as allies, not as enemies. We enter the edges of the western approach, the sun bearing down upon us as we pass by dwarven ruins. The griffin clutch we've been asked to check on is at the very top of a red rock pillar, over 20 feet high. Jurgen suggests Galen fly up on Arrow to check on the griffins, as we don't see any adult griffins around. Once reaching the top, a sad sight reaches Galen's eyes. Numerous darkspawn corpses and a dead adult that had perished in protecting the fledgling griffins. The Dalish elf stays on the ridge with the nestlings and sends his best furry-feathered friend down to retrieve more Grey Wardens. Harold Wynn takes initiative and rides Arrow expertly up, showing Galen not only how to ride with flourish, but also shows them how to properly feed these fledgling griffins. We manage to get them all down to our crew safely. Beginning the journey home, the young griffins begin to squawk, not for hunger, but for danger. It is then that our paths cross with a band of darkspawn. These heinous, tainted creatures have reanimated one of the griffin parents into a puppeteered zombie. Battle ensues. After a long fight, collected blood of darkspawn, and injuries sustained by us all, save for Garahel, we are victorious. On our return to the outpost, our various crew members bond with the fledgling griffins. For a tranquil, a fledgling adopts him instead. With that first quest as a notch in our belts, it's time to endure the true test, the joining.
Excellent. Thank you for reading the recap, and thank you, Ambrose, for taking such wonderful notes. So, we are going to rewind a little bit. And so it is still in the western approach. You are making your way back to the Warden outpost on the outskirts of Val Royeaux. And it's a long journey. It takes a couple days. Which means you've got to camp in essentially the wilderness. If you have anything you want to ask of Garahel or of Rory or of each other, now would be your chance. Okay. So, you wake up one morning to sounds of essentially chaos. Maybe chaos, maybe some people are really upset. Coming out of your tent, you see it is essentially a scene of carnage, but, you know, a little healthier than what you're used to, because it seems as though the griffins have gotten into a flock of goats. And needless to say, they were very hungry and had very bad table manners. And there are two people dressed in very rough homespun tunic and leggings, a man and a woman, and they want to know who's going to pay for the goats.
So this is somebody's farm that we were near?
Yeah, you were unaware that this was used for goat herding, and apparently learned the hard way.
Harold just points at everyone but him when they ask who's paying.
The Grey Wardens. I look to the other Grey Wardens.
All right, so
everyone be at ease. I will handle this.
right, he killed 3 prize goats. That one was good stud. I could have gotten a lot more goats out of him.
And I will tranquil walk up to them. This is... How far away are we from where we fought the Darkspawn?
You're about a day's journey, so you fought them and you've been sort of moving back to Val Royeaux.
Hello.
Who are you?
My name is Jurgen.
Alright, well, I'm Callista, and this is my brother, Cornelius, and these are our dead goats.
Yes. Those are deceased goats that were used to feed our griffins. I am assuming that you are upset by this.
What? Yes, of course we're upset.
Very well. Do know that this was done in accordance with that of the needs of the Grey Warden. Only a day's away trip from here, Darkspawn are encroaching upon your lands. We will take the goats as payment for the protection of this area. We thank you very much for what you have done, and we wish you the best.
Well, that's not fair. And so at this point, Garahel tries to step forward and tries to smooth the ruffled feathers that Jurgen has caused. And
Garahel, these not griffins of the Grey Warden? Are their supplies not necessary for the survival of people?
Look, theoretically, yes, we can take what we need, but it's not really a good idea to antagonize the small folk.
I mean them no antagonization, merely that we saved their lives.
I. So,
Would they not be dead because of us?
well, it's hard to get them to understand that.
Then I leave this up to you.
And so you see Garahel goes through his pockets, turns up a handful of silver and copper coins, gives them to the angry pair of people. Like, well, hey, this is half what they're worth. So I'm sorry, this is the only coin I have on me.
Gerhel, could I? Hi, everyone. You're right. That is only worth half of your goat, but we're on an important mission from the Grey Wardens. We're returning to the outpost, and we are more than happy to have somebody come when they are able to provide you the remainder of the cost of your goats. But
What's this? We've got to deal with the creepy mage and now an elf?
How much of their goats is actually left on the ground? About half?
Bits and pieces?
Ah, okay. No.
look,
Galen.
go-
Oh, sorry. Galen's gonna like dig around in his pockets. See if he has anything.
You
Yeah.
got, so you have a handful of copper coins, which to you is a lot of money because, nomadic tribal existence, you don't really have. You do a lot of bartering, essentially, not mercantilism. And
Well,
it also
Oh.
occurs to you that like you might need this money for something in the future.
this
Who
is
knows?
true.
how about this? Do you have something to write on? Little paper, something, little scraps. You know, I have it. Takes out a little bit of whatever was used to wrap some of our rations, and ink. Anyone?
Garahel can produce some ink.
Okay, how about this? We, the Grey Wardens, who shield the realms of the faithful from the blight, do hereby swear to repay you. How much is your goat worth? How much were the goats worth?
5 sovereigns.
5 sovereigns upon the completion of this. Wait, how many blights have there been?
3.
Okay, so on the completion of our duties in defending these realms against the 4th blight. Here, this is good tender.
So
You bring this to Grey Warden Outpost after the 4th blight is over, and you will get your 5 sovereigns.
So you do this, and you specifically say that there is a 4th blight, and it looks like they're going to complain a little bit more about having to deal with a mage or deal with an elf. But you say 4th blight, and suddenly, like, they both go pale. Like, oh, is there a blight on?
What do you think we're rushing back for?
And again, Garahel just gives you a look and turns back to them and says, "All right, look, we don't know for sure if there is or isn't a blight. We do know that there's increased darkspawn activity, and the two of them, should we evacuate? Do we need to leave?"
Probably, but we don't want to scare anybody, so don't tell anyone else.
Oh, we've got to get back. Oh, yeah, we've got to tell people. And Garahel is clearly trying to calm them down to get them to not panic, but they are. Not only are they panicking, they are winding each other up.
Harold is also just dropping little comments here and there, specifically to make Garahel's efforts pointless. We're not certain. We're just looking. But we did have reports of darkspawn along the way from the dwarves, right?
How big is your character, Brody?
Not that big at all.
Okay, then I'm gonna say with. Can we say that with or 3 strength, I can pick him up?
Sure.
Okay, if you want to relent to that, go ahead. Otherwise, you can roll off.
My fortitude, it's just one of those like you come to move and Harold like looks at you as like fine.
Just pick you up, start carrying you away.
Yep, we gotta get going. The blight's almost here.
At that, I just carry you by less of your overall body.
Hey, if it gets us off the hook now, we don't have to worry about it later.
Gaitlin's actually gonna kind of look at the goats with some disgust and watch Harold and Garrick and the whole distaste that the sibling duo had for Harold and for Jurgen. He just mutters out loud, "You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the Griffins get a stomachache from those goats anyway. Clearly they were badly bred."
Hey, these are prize goats, elf.
And your attitude sure is prize as well.
From the back. Ooh.
So, Cornelius tugs on Callista's sleeve, like, look, if there's a blight, we gotta get out. We gotta get. And so, they round up the living goats, who, with little plaintive, start at reasonable speed making their way to wherever their homestead is. So once they are out of earshot, Garahel turns to the rest of you and says, well, that could have been handled better.
How?
We did get off the hook. Looks
Right.
at Harold.
Sure, you got off the hook, but think about it another way. Right. The problem is, we should have paid for the goats. The IOU, the promissory note, that was a good idea. But invoking the blight, look, they're going to be at a tavern tonight, or the next night, or the night after that. They're going to tell people about their experience with the Grey Wardens. And it's already difficult enough. Yes, we do have the right to take whatever we need to solve the blight, but if sometimes people give more of their own accord than when it is taken from them.
So ask nicely and then take it from them?
The right of conscription should only be invoked in direst necessity. Try to get along with people. Yes, we are saving their lives. Yes, they're ignorant and stupid and racist. That's part of why we do what we do.
You know, just laying. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Wait, just check. You're actually that IOU was bullshit. Like, I signed it.
You signed it putting the honor of the Grey Wardens and yourself as the Warden recruit at stake. I promise you, when they come to an outpost and bear that document, they will get full and fair payment for their goats.
It did say after the fourth blight.
That's the other problem. We don't know if this is a blight. It probably is, but we don't know.
Even better. Then they can't cash it in until after there's a fourth blight.
We also don't want to needlessly panic the peasantry.
They were trying to take
Oh.
us for more than we were worth. You know,
Wouldn't we just be able to say that it was just some peasants telling a story? If it isn't a blight.
If that's where your honor lands, then that is where your honor lands.
I hope it's a blight, though. I want to kill Darkspawn.
Blight or not, you're gonna get a chance to kill a lot of Darkspawn, I promise. Look, pay for things when you can. Don't spook the peasants. Otherwise they'll start hoarding, panic buying. It'll be miserable all around.
We could liberate some of the supplies from the more noble classes and distribute it to the peasantry.
Carl just like it's just hit like goes full on like bent over laughing at Galen's words.
That's not really our role. We don't take sides in political disputes.
Oh, Galen. Oh, Galen. Is this what they teach you out in the wilds?
Oh no, this is my personal opinion. I didn't assume that the Grey Wardens would do such a thing. I'm just suggesting it's a route that we could take.
I am all for that. Let us go and encourage the nobility to give some of their wealth to those in need.
Oh, who said anything
Taking-
about encouraging?
Taking from the rich and giving to the poor, it seems like a fairy tale.
It's not our mandate.
Is there anything wrong with having a side interest in it?
We kill Darkspawn. We stop blights. We stay out of politics as much as we can.
But it would benefit our fight against the Darkspawn if more people were better fed, right?
You are asking the Grey Wardens to go far beyond our remit. Yes, it probably would, but that is a problem for the nobles to solve.
I'm not asking the Grey Wardens to do anything. I'm just wondering if a Grey Warden happened to, in their off time, be involved in such activities. Would that be a problem?
I am unaware of off time for a Grey Warden.
This is true.
If that's not a no, I'll take it.
Here are the rules. And I'm saying that these are rules because it seems like you need them. Pay for what you take if you have the money to pay for it. Don't take more than you need. Stay out of politics. Also, the peasants aren't starving.
Not these ones.
It's been a while since I've seen a starving peasant.
You haven't been to an alienage recently.
That's true, but if you take more than you need, and you give it to people who aren't Grey Wardens, that is beyond our remit. Don't do it. Are we clear?
Clear. Speaking of, aren't we on our way to go become full Grey Wardens?
We are.
Interested to see how this works. There's absolutely a gleam of mischief when Harold says that.
Okay. At this point, Rory stumbles out of his tent in his small clothes. Why are we up so early? Oh, gross. And one thing occurs to all of you. Not necessarily about Rory, but as you look to your griffins, who, when you rescued them a few days ago, they were roughly golden retriever size. You're pretty sure that they've all put on 3 pounds since then. They're growing pretty fast. What was this, Ambrose?
That was me going to the Griffins, going, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
So Gary's a little bit bigger now.
How so?
No, Gary. My griffin. Little Garrick.
Oh, okay. Oh, you already picked one and named it.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I have a cat that wants in again.
All right. Oh, hello, little cat. So, you make your way back. And so there's another day of travel. And so the one thing that occurs to you is that you are going to need to figure out a way to keep your griffins fed. Judging from how much they ate, they probably need about half a goat a day.
Thankfully, we need half a goat a day as Grey Wardens for the Griffins.
How many goats were left from the people that we just took goats from?
They had a pretty good flock, so you didn't destroy their livelihood. But apparently one of the goats was a very good stud goat. So, uh, they probably had about 20 goats.
Okay. I won't go back for them. They already ate those goats. We'll get to the next person's goats. Or, equivalent.
Get their goats.
Our Griffins could go through an entire noble's kitchen in a day.
Hey, whatever floats their goat.
I mean, how many days are there in a year? So we could raid a whole bunch of kitchens.
So, let's see. If there's 5 griffins, 1 for each of us minimum, that's a lot of goat. 600 a year? Plus?
I mean,
still war effort.
just to point out, griffins don't exclusively eat a goat-based diet. They will also eat sheep, horses, cattle.
Okay, so goats and other goat-like creatures. Got it.
Basically livestock.
Jerk humans.
Or deer.
A goat horse, a goat deer, a goat cow. Yeah.
Maybe a few Mabari war dogs if we're really desperate.
You're not going to feed the Mabari to the griffins, Brody. That's bad.
Hey, if it's my baby or them, I know what I'm choosing.
What if they're goat Mabari?
Go Bari?
No, no. And you cannot feed them Darkspawn because that would infect them with the taint. I know.
What if
Ambrose
they
is
already
12.
have the taint?
Then they get sick and die.
Just from having taint?
That's what it does to you.
Oh man, gotta tell my friends that.
You're terrible. Okay. So, here's the thing. Is that it takes another day because you're moving a little slower because you have these griffins that you need to sort of corral and train and maybe bond with. So, the next morning, you wake up, you know you're about half a day away from the outpost. Uh, Jurgen wakes up with a griffin sort of curled up, sleeping, like cuddled up on your bedroll.
Griffin. Griffin,
Hmm?
this is not your place to sleep.
Oh. And so it wakes up and it starts wagging its tail, and you see like its tail looks like it was broken and then healed badly.
Well, now Steve is sad. Griffin, come.
I'll follow you out.
We'll walk out.
So you get outside and Garahel comments, "Oh, it seems like that one has chosen you."
It would appear so.
What are you going to name him?
He is Griffin.
Looks like a crooky tail to me.
It's a Griffin.
Suit yourself.
Has breakfast been prepared?
Working on it. Has anyone seen Landers?
Griffin, have you seen Landers?
Hmm?
Landers.
Starts sniffing the ground. Huh?
I don't believe Griffin has seen Landers, nor have I. I have no additional information at this time. Do you need assistance with breakfast?
Yes, please. I'll see if I can find Landers. And it becomes very clear very quickly that Landers has done a runner.
My quarry.
Your quarry is gone.
Figures the money would grow feet and run away. Oh, time to hunt him down again.
All right.
Can I spot like a trail or anything?
Give me perception, and if you have anything related to tracking, that would apply.
I totally forgot. I need manual dice for this game. Oh no, I don't. I can roll in words. D6. Yeah. That's a 4, a 1, and a 3. Pull up my sheet. I did have hearing, but I really don't think that would be very helpful in this instance.
No, not for this instance.
Don't know
What do
if
you
that's
have?
just. I got a 8 total.
What's your perception though?
Try to find my. No, what is this? This is Green Ronin. Yeah. Of all the times for my computer to be slow, I apologize.
That's fine.
Your perception is 2, at
Yes.
least from the thing you posted earlier. So that's 10.
Okay, so 10 total.
Okay. Is anyone else helping or trying to find landers?
Oh sure, I'll help.
Oh, I'll help. Harold just kind of walks around, not really helping.
Me and
Okay.
Griffin are making breakfast.
You just want me to roll a normal dice
Perception
for the
and
perception?
yeah, perception, and if you have anything related to tracking or finding, that applies.
I got an 8.
Wait. They're a noble, right? Galen, they're noble. They got money, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Give me a sec. Starts looking around finally.
Yeah, you know the whole reason that I was keeping track of him was to bring him back to his family and get paid.
That's 18 with 6 stunt points in search in perception.
Great. Yeah, all right. So,
Whoops.
Smell that money. What's left of it anyway?
Oh, it's not the money I'm after. It's just making a noble suffer.
Oh yeah.
I don't need their money. I'm a great work now. I can take what I want. But
I love how your character's like, money's involved? Okay, very successful role.
no. Making nobles suffer, always a good role. That might be a focus in the future.
okay. So, Galen, if this was the forest, you absolutely know how you would track someone, but this is like the high desert. And it's just not a biome that you're used to. And Garrick, you don't really know how to tell one broken twig from another. But Harold Wynn, you spot every so often hoof prints. That's weird. You don't have horses. You've got griffins, and they leave paw prints. But you follow.
I can smell privilege.
What?
I can smell privilege.
Oh. I thought you said I have smell privilege.
No. But I can smell the privilege.
Is there anything you would like to spend your stunt points on?
I think where this is exploration, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it pulled up, so please give me a moment.
You could also use role playing if, although none of those would apply here. But
they're pinned. FYI, Brody.
Yeah, no, I found them. All right, so you know what? Yeah, I think I'm going to go with a flourish.
mm-hmm.
And honestly, speedy search.
Okay. And so because I'm sorry?
Fancy and fast.
Okay. So, because you rolled so many um because you rolled so many stud points, I will also give this to you that you are able to find them before they spot you. And what you see is it's another campsite, a lot like yours. So, canvas tents, there's a campfire. You also spot some horses, 3 horses, and judging by the shields and the armors, and in fact the insignia on the tent, this is a Templar camp. And there is Landers, obviously a prisoner.
I'm torn. I'm just torn. Galen,
Hey, Harold.
I found your prey. Got good news and bad news.
But, I guess bad news first.
They're currently the prisoners of Templars.
Oh,
The good news is just that the Templars are over there.
I mean, I'm down for some Templar pummeling.
Grey Warden Daddy, are we allowed to tell the Templars that somebody is already a Grey Warden initiate and so they have to give them back?
Absolutely.
Can-
And you see, when Garahel says this, he is angry, and he is looking at Jurgen when he gives this answer.
Those horses would probably feed our griffins for at least a day.
So, Garahel is ready to go confront the Templars. Who would like to go with him?
Ooh, me.
Okay.
Hey, Jurgen, you want to come along?
You have made and distributed breakfast by now, so that task is completed.
Oh. Just want to clarify, in order to bond with Griffin, if I'm making eggs, crack, and then I hold the egg out towards him. Like, crack the egg on his beak. Like the egg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he is useful. Yes, breakfast has been made. The tent is packed. I can be of assistance if needed.
Hey, everybody, I think we should be prepared to take it out a little bit on them for Jurgen's sake.
To what end do you refer?
Hey, you know what? You can't want consequences for your enemies at this point, so we have to want it for you.
But I do not want consequences.
So we'll make it consequence free. For us, at least.
That's how I live my life.
Then know that any action you take is for your own benefit and not for mine.
That really was what I was saying, but I wanted to, layer it on some excuse for your benefit.
Now that the clarification has been made, I think that it would be better for me to stay behind, as my presence in the Order of Templars may cause increased hostilities, both from their side and yours.
What?
Nonsense, says Garahel. You're coming.
Very well.
One of us. One of us.
So, before we actually announce ourselves, I'd like to just make it a giant ruckus by taking out one of my weapons and basically slamming against my shield to make as much noise and scare the horses as much as possible, just to be a dick to them for the fact that they have one of our initiates sitting there.
Do you have animal handling?
No.
Go ahead and make a roll anyway.
Communication?
I'm sorry?
Communication?
Yeah, communication.
Okay. That's a 0-point roll.
I
I got
think I'm
I
our
got-
comms guy.
I got an 8, but I got 2 1s and my dragon die was the 6.
How would you like to stunt this?
You're counting this as a role play, or what would you like? What are you counting it as?
Whatever stunt point you think would apply. I'm not going to be precious about making sure that stunts are in the proper category.
Okay, well, this is perfect because it's role play and it's a 5-point stunt. I want to enrage them. I want to make them all
Okay.
mad at us for this.
Okay. So, what happens is you roll up on the horses, clang, 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 and the horses bolt. It is a 3-horse stampede. They're getting the fuck out of here.
Should have tied them up better.
And so, also with like clang, 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 hoof beats in the lengthening distance, 3 Templars, 2 men and a woman,
A
come
woman?
out of yeah,
One whole women?
yes, one whole women.
Have we just failed the Bechdel test?
You know, you all decided to make male characters. I had nothing to do with it. I'm doing my best here.
Wow, Rachel, all the NPCs have been dudes so far. What's that say about
No.
you?
No. There's been one lady NPC, and it's the same one that we're gonna meet now.
Oh, right! The one women that... Yeah, you're right.
Okay, it was a man and a
Sorry.
woman who were the goat farmers.
Oh, it's true. It was a brother-sister.
And there's Isaiah running around as well.
Okay, alright.
I'm sorry for the chaos I've caused.
So 2 men and a woman.
2 men, 1 woman, whom Jurgen recognizes.
Make no reaction.
Okay. So they come barreling out of the tent. They are not fully armored, but they've got like their gambesons on. So like the heavy cloth coat that goes on, and then you put the plate on.
So the
The Under Armour.
Under Armour brand.
Mm-hmm. Under Armour brand tabard.
Yet somehow slightly less concerns about their ethics.
Sorry, sending a message. So, what in the 9 hells is going on? Who the fuck are you? This is said by the taller gentleman, who's got big bushy brown mustaches.
We're here to pick up our fellow Grey Warden initiate.
And Garahel says, yes, I believe you have someone who belongs to us, indicating Landers. And so the Templars look to Landers like, what, this Tevinter apostate? He's clearly a blood mage.
As they're talking, Harold is going to kind of casually make his way around back to get toward Landers.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check. This would be dexterity.
This is my bag. Roll terribly. Nope, didn't roll terribly at all.
Okay, what was the roll?
22 with 4 stunt points.
Okay. What would you like to spend your stunt points on?
I wasn't expecting to have anything remotely like a good roll, so one moment. that is not my luck. Let's see. I'm not sure if I can do this, but could I seize the initiative if they decide to throw down?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm kind of banking that as I'll be first in the initiative if if they get violent.
Okay. But they currently do not see you where you are. And so as they argue with Garahel, what would you like to do?
Just kind of quietly make my way to Landers
Okay.
and just, if I can, just very quietly, like, don't move, don't say anything. I'm going to undo your bindings. Get ready to run.
Okay. Landers, nods, and you can tell he's been, a little roughed up. So, meanwhile, while Harold Wynn is doing this skullduggery, uh, the Templars are arguing, insisting that he is, an apostate that they are taking back to the Circle Tower. Which one are they bringing him to? In Mont Simard, which is essentially you're going northwest, and they want to take him southwest to the Circle, where essentially Mage Prison.
So you're planning on taking another one of us and destroying another Grey Warden.
We could just make this Blood Mage tranquil if that will make you happier.
You've already done that to one of us. I grab Jurgen and just kind of bring him forward. One of your groups already tranquiled this
So
Grey Warden over here.
they look Jurgen up and down and then shrug and then say, "How are we supposed to know he wasn't lying?" And at that point, Garahel looks pretty ready to do violence. And so it is up to the rest of you whether you would like to try and restrain him and resolve this diplomatically, or if you decide you just want to murder these 3 Templars.
I would like to offer a third option.
Okay?
Harold is with Landers. Could Harold get Landers away and hidden so when they look back, there is no Landers?
So, you could, but once they notice that this person, who they are really convinced is a Tevinter Blood Mage, they will assiduously be tracking him down. So, essentially, yes, but it would probably only work for a few rounds.
Alright, then I will just make sure that Landers is ready to run when this gets bad.
Okay. How about the rest of you?
I don't want to hold him back, but I really want to see him beat the crap out of them.
I'm already pulling out my short swords.
Okay.
I'll hold him back until they start to basically be like, fine, we'll just tranquil him, and then I'll have at it. Don't kill them.
So what exactly do you do at this moment?
I'm figuring at this moment, if it leads to something right now, it's going to be a slugfest, not a sword fest.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of push him forward and walk with him.
Walk with whom? Garahel or?
Garahel.
Okay. So you're not trying to stop him from attacking these Templars.
Initially, yes, but then the moment that they're basically saying, I mean, screw it, then we'll just tranquil him. It's not like we have time to check on these things. Yeah, that's when I'm like, have fun.
Okay, cool. Roll for initiative, everybody.
Yay.
You want me to roll, or I'll just be at the level of whoever rolls highest?
Yes.
It's plus dex minus armor penalty, right?
Yes, and if you've got a focus on initiative, that applies. I gotta run a combat now.
9.
Wait, what? That's a D10?
Yeah, why are you rolling d10, Steve?
What am I supposed to be rolling?
You roll 3d6, add your dexterity, and if you have a focus on initiative, you add that as well.
Thank you.
Like a d20, but with better averages.
Wait, what? Really?
Because your minimum is going to be 3.
The standard deviation is smaller than with a d20.
Also, you can't roll in that one with 3d6.
Well, you could. It's just a 3.
Tell that to my ones.
Same.
I'm
the-
faster than you.
Yeah, shut up. I pulled out my swords. They're heavier than my bow.
All right, Galen, what's your initiative?
8.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Say that louder.
Harold, go ahead and roll me initiative anyway, just so we know where to put you back in the order. And Jurgen, what's your initiative?
9. Oh, sorry, that was mine. 13. I was saying it for Steve because I'm Jurgen now.
16.
Harold is
Add a modifier.
All right, what's Harold wins?
15.
All right. So, Jurgen technically goes first, but Harold, you can seize the initiative if you would like.
I indeed would.
Okay, what would you like to do?
I am going to smack our dear blood mage in the ass to get them going. And then I'm going to just stand there with a short sword drawn and wait. If one of them tries to chase down Landers, I will attack them.
Okay. Jurgen, what would you like to do?
I have a question.
Yes.
Our damage from the last combat healed?
You will have healed that.
Okie doke. Grazie. Okay. Wait, you put it. I'm going to minor action. Wait, can you do both of these things until the beginning
so-
of your turn? Okay.
The way that I sort of skipped over this last session because I didn't want to overwhelm people too much with information. But the way combat works is you can take a major action and a minor action, or two minor actions. Your major actions are all-out attack, charge, defend, heal, melee attack, ranged attack, or run. All pretty much what they sound like. Your minor actions are activate, so if you're trying to like use a fighting style or a potion. Aim, which gives you a bonus on your next strike. You can move up to your speed in yards. You can prepare a major action. You can switch weapons, put your guard up, press your attack, stand firm, and as always, crying is a free action.
Okay, so you can't stack things. Okay, cool. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to stand firm and then defend.
Okay, who are you defending? Oh, defending yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
I stand firm, so if I get charged, I've got some protection against it, and I'm going to defend to increase my own defense by 2. And I will be standing in a manner that clearly indicates, don't fight.
I don't want to be in on this. Don't hit me, please.
Okay, are you going to try and say anything to Garahel or to your new companions to the extent of don't fight?
No, I've already said it.
Okay. Alright, so, Garahel, no one has restrained him. He is going to do violence.
Excellent.
Yeah,
This is not the restrained group.
this is not the restrained group. Oh,
Mm-mm.
okay. So, he defeats the Templar's defense of 12. So. Well, that's a lot of damage. Okay. So, Garahel brings out his, short sword and just runs one of them through. The one with the big mustaches who was suggesting that he could tranquil Landers, and he just says, "You will never do that to another mage." And stab, irk. He's still standing up, but he is not doing well. And he will yell, "Heretics!" as he reaches for his sword. Garrick, it is your turn.
Garrick is going to, instead of pulling out the bastard sword, pull out a mace
Okay.
and swing at the one that's already been hit.
Okay.
And that is 13.
All right, you just get past his defense.
And
So,
I rolled 2 for my, or double 2s in my dragon die was 2. So, do they have any armor on right now?
they do not. They are in their gambesons.
Then I will make this a mighty blow for an extra 1d6 of damage. So it'll be 2d6 plus 3 instead. Ooh, nice. So 8, 11.
Shit. All right, he is not looking good. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope, that counts as both since I pulled out the weapon and hit with the weapon.
All right, so you pull out your weapon and you hit, just shattering the bones in this guy's arms. But it probably won't be a problem for long. Galen, what would you like to do?
I did say I pulled out my short swords instead of my bow, so I'm gonna go charging with those.
All right. Are you attacking Tobias or are you attacking one of the other two Templars?
One of the other ones.
Okay.
Right, that is going to be 3d6 plus 3. Ha ha ha! 15.
Okay, that again beats their defense of 12. So go ahead and roll damage. Are you attacking the man or the women?
I am attacking the man.
Okay.
He just sounds like an asshole.
His name is Jean-Luc.
Oh, now I kind of feel bad.
But not Picard, so don't worry about it.
Oh,
I
okay,
mean-
cool.
The woman's name is Gwyneth.
How true.
Not just Gwyneth.
Is the third one named Elon?
Tobias.
Only 3 points, sadly.
Okay. Now it is their turn. So, Tobias brings his sword up and attacks Garrick. Okay, that is a 10.
Nope, 14.
Okay.
He can't hit me too good with that bastion arm.
All right, well, Gwyneth is also going to take a whack at you because you are assaulting her commander.
The Templar agency just isn't getting the best recruits.
15.
Hits.
Okay. She will slash at you for, oh, shit. 14 damage.
Ouch, 10 damage.
All right, and then Jean-Luc will go after Galen. That is a 6, 16.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's another really good roll. Take 13 damage.
No, I will only take 9.
All right. So we roll back around to Jurgen. Jurgen, incredible violence has just broken out all around you. How do you respond?
Got my stick. No one's attacked me. I will just lean onto my stick.
Okay. Harold, it is your turn.
So just a little character moment. When Harold sees a Templar harm another elf. He screams, "Not one more," and throws himself across the camp to jam a short sword in the back of that Templar.
And back of Jean-Luc, okay.
Which I do believe would also be a sneak attack.
Question mark?
Yeah,
I,
I'll allow it.
A screaming sneak
I had to-
attack?
I had to move so that activates it. See how
That is-
badly I roll?
Your screech attack.
Oh, 17 to hit.
That will hit.
So that is 2d 6 plus 2. Oh, only 5 damage.
Okay. So you do manage to just like sink your dagger right in his shoulder meats, drawing his attention away from Galen and onto you for this turn.
A short sword in the back.
Short sword in the back, yes.
It's a meaty man.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Garahel is gonna take another whack at Tobias. And misses. So just in his rage, he is not thinking at all well or tactically. And you know, this is short sword, this is not his favorite weapon. So he slashes, and Tobias manages to stumble out of the way. Garrick, it is your turn.
He stumbles into. Yes, that hits. 14. Into my mace, which is only going to
Okay.
do regular damage, but it's 1d6 plus 3 and 4.
4 damage, okay. So, his health, he has 25 health points. His health was 23. So, you swing your mace and you just hear this tremendous crack of bone as he goes down. Galen, it is your turn.
Was it my guy that went down?
No.
No.
Tobias? Okay. I guess I will continue with the stabby stab.
Alright.
Elf murder.
No, not 2d6. Stupid finger. That's plus 3. Ah, 18.
Alright.
Ah, 8 damage.
Okay. So, Gwyneth screams, "You murderer!" at Garrick and attacks him with her sword. That is 16?
That hits.
Okay.
She's doing the best out of all of them so far.
Yeah, she hits you for 11 damage minus your armor.
Ow, 7 damage.
She's a women now.
Whammon? Wow, Brody.
Just for that, Jean-Luc is going to target you.
Oh,
Even though he
no.
was already. That is a... Oh, that's doubles for him. So that is a 14, 19 to hit you.
That hits.
Okay, so
Oh
he is
my.
going to use his stunt points to disarm you.
Okay, I got teeth.
He disarms you by turning around and the sword's still in his back.
And he will do 11 damage minus any armor you have on.
So that's 8 damage.
Okay.
Ow.
We circle back around to Jurgen. Hey, Jurgen, you've just witnessed someone murder a Templar.
Yes. I should no reaction. I stand, I watch, and I'll simply announce, you have felled one Templar. There are 2 remaining.
Okay. Harrow.
I'm loving this, by the way. Just so you know, like.
But so if I were to just use my fists or my teeth to bite Jean-Luc, whatever happened to be available, what would I be rolling?
So you would be rolling 3d6 plus dexterity. You would do 1d6 plus strength and damage.
Okay, well, I'm going to do that with my teeth. Literally going to jump at him and try and go for his throat.
Okay, give me that roll.
That's 12 with 2 stump points.
Okay.
So I need to double check what the old stump point does for some damages. Yeah, I'm gonna go for knock prone.
Okay.
So I'm basically throwing myself at him and knocking him over with me as I'm over and trying to bite his neck.
All right, give me damage.
2 damage.
All right. So you manage to with your hands and your teeth do a little bit of damage, but the more important thing is that you knock his feet out from under him, and so until he can get back up, everyone gets a +1 bonus to attack Jean-Luc. So Garahel, Gwyneth has screamed, "You murderers!" And Garahel will wheel on her and scream, "Foul Templars!" and attack her. Oh wow, that's really good. And he also stunts. Only 2 points. Which he'll spend on a mighty blow for his attack. Okay. Oh, does not do that much damage. That is... Okay. He does 7 damage against her. Garrick, it is your turn.
Garrick is going to turn, look at the person who's been stabbing him the most, and just shout really, really loud. And drop a dice, but 4, 12, 15. That 15 damage, or 15 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
Nothing special about it. So I mace their brains in for nice 7 damage.
Okay. Galen, it is your turn.
Stabby.
Roll it.
Much stabby. Haha, 15.
All right, that hits.
And damage time. 7.
Okay.
Are we the bad guys?
I mean,
I don't consider myself a bad guy, but I do consider myself the chaotic neutral guy.
so you are murdering law enforcement? Take that as you will.
We are also, but we're also sanctioned, and they did a bad.
And I'm just listening to my commanding officer.
All right, how much damage was that, Galen?
7.
All right, and you are attacking Jean-Luc. Okay, wow,
Yes, indeed.
he was at 18 hit points. So, you just stab him right in the throat. There is a fountain of blood. And it is now Gwyneth's turn. She looks around. She sees Jean-Luc go down.
With an elf
Uh,
on top of him at his throat, now covered in blood after the throat was stabbed. Yeah, they might think I'm Darkspawn now.
so she says to all of you, this outrage will not go unpunished. And she starts fleeing. And so she gets 12 yards away because she is taking a double move action.
I hate to say this, but I'm faster than she is.
Jurgen, it's your turn.
By a lot.
Okay. Harold.
Harold pulls a dagger from his belt, starts chasing after her.
All right, what's your speed?
16.
That's an impressive speed.
Elf plus high dex.
All right, so you catch up to her. So you can take the minor move action.
I'm muted?
Nope, we hear you.
Mount.
I need to take the minor move action to get my backstabby.
Okay. Stabby, stabby. Roll it.
Okay. That would be a 14 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
And that would be 11 damage.
She had 14 hit points. Or she was 14 down at 25.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Harold's now just covered in blood.
And on that note, we are going to take a quick 10-minute break. And when we return, you will have to deal with the consequences of what you have just done. So, don't go anywhere. We're going to take 10 minutes to feed and water ourselves. And yes, I will give the cat some treats. And we return. So, you have just murdered 3 Templars who were technically not breaking any laws. So, no, I don't like that song. That's a better one. All right, so as the reality of the situation sets in, Garahel in particular seems to realize the enormity of what they've done. After all, he just lectured all of you about how Templars don't, or Grey Wardens don't take sides and they don't engage in politics, and so the rage fades from his face, and you can see it replaced with horror at what they have done.
As
And
he's realizing that, Harold has already started going through their stuff.
so, one more thing happens is that Rory comes out of the tent, and you can see he has got like some rope around his wrists that has just sort of fallen slack, like he was probably also a prisoner. And he says, what happened here? And Landers, I don't want to pilot Kay's character too much, but Landers is also clearly having a moment. And so, Harold, you are going through their stuff.
Hmm?
So, they are carrying they each have heavy plate armor, including a shield. They all have a sword and a throwing axe. Here's the rub. It all has the Templar insignia on it, so if you try and sell this, people are going to ask questions. There is also a variety of just like provisions, the tents. They each have let me roll.
Hey, Garrick, you were a blacksmith, right?
I'm sorry?
Hey, Garrick, you were a blacksmith, right?
That's exactly what I was thinking already.
Can you buff out these Templar insignia on this gear?
I don't know. Can I? Can I rework it so that it's not obviously Templar?
So, theoretically, yes, you can. However, you will need a forge and equipment and space and time. None of which are things you have right now.
Okay, so what
You
I'm doing
do
is pack it up.
So, you do also find about 13 sovereigns worth of just coins, budget, etc. Sorry, my cat was being real cute. And so you also find a couple potions. Let me
In worst case, I could always probably find somebody to fence it in the Val Royale area.
So you find a couple potions of healing, and you also find 2 vials of a glowing blue liquid.
For record keeping, 2 vials of lyrium.
Yes.
Okay. How many potions of healing again?
2 and 2.
Okay.
So it will restore 2d6 plus Constitution if you drink it. If you drink the lyrium potion, the mages will recognize it. Other people will not. It will restore 1d6 plus magic mana points. So, uh, also, you see that Garahel is having a conversation with Landers. Essentially, and once we get Kay back, we'll be able to do this as a flashback scene. But Garahel essentially explains to Landers, you are a mage, you are a Tevinter mage. So if you don't want to go home, we are your best bet to stop this from happening to you again.
How hard would it be to get the horses too?
What's your animal handling?
0, but my communications is 3.
Uh, sure, I can give you a communication roll.
Okay.
With the caveat, it was requested in chat to not have any horse death, so you can get the horses, but you can't feed them to your griffins.
Oh, what? But the plan was, well, we could use some horses, right?
Okay, go ahead and give me that roll.
Okay. As a reminder, Twitch chat is not where you enter roll commands.
I mean, you could.
Oh God. That's gonna be a 19 with 5 stun points.
Okay.
I'm already going to be. I think animal handling as a focus is going to happen for first time we level. Because at this point, I've done it twice.
Okay.
And again, I think I'm going to do it with a flourish.
All right, so you managed to round up all 3 of the horses.
Flourish and Bon Mot.
Yeah? Why?
The dice are helping me. I don't know why. I'm worried. I think that's going to come after me later.
All right. Is there anything else that anyone would like to do?
So, how much of their stuff is flammable?
Canvas tents will definitely burn.
Know about Gerhel, but I'm thinking we should probably just, make sure the bodies are burnt like all the other bodies that die should be. So they got a nice canvas tent. It's filled with a bunch of flammable stuff. We've already
He
taken
got
the good
himself
stuff
stuck.
out.
Oh, no, never mind.
Wait.
Stop! He's getting his claws stuck in my chainmail.
This is why you get a
Nope,
squirt gun that
stop.
goes the distance, because then you can just be like, nope, bad. No, stop.
There's a
He's
reason why
doing
cats
this.
have been a problem for humans for the entire time we've known each other.
He's doing this so I'll play with him. So, all right, time to multitask a little bit. All right, so, you roll up the Templar bodies and the canvas tents and set them on fire.
And any livery from the horses.
Okay.
If it has a Templar symbol on it, it goes in the fire.
Does that include the armor?
No, not the gear.
Okay.
All the ambient stuff, like banners, livery.
Okay. And so the armor you plan to pack up and take with you.
Yes, with the horses.
What was the shield? Was it heavy shields or regular medium
Heavy.
or lights? Yeah.
Templars do a lot of drugs to get their abilities.
Yeah, definitely gonna take one of their drug shields.
Okay. Again, it's got the big Templar logo emblazoned on it. So if you try using it, people are gonna ask questions about where you got it.
Before we get on with it, I'm gonna dirty up the Templar gear so it makes it harder to just see that there's the logos on it as we're trying to hide them.
I was
Other stuff.
turning the shield upside down over the armor so that like you don't see symbol stuff.
Okay, as long as we're smartly hiding it.
This
Okay.
is the first random group of bodies that I've looted.
Okay.
All right, so I want whoever is setting the fire to make me a. What would this be? Cunning. Give me a cunning check.
Anybody got good cunning?
Errol.
Got a 2.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's one more than me.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it, Jürgen.
What is it that you need of me?
You're muted.
What is it that you need of me?
We need you to set the tent on fire.
Essentially to construct the fire and the flammabilities and etc. So that it doesn't create a forest fire.
Oh, I was clear. Steve was paying attention. I promise. Jurgen is.
Would you be willing to set the fire so that the evidence again the remains are taken care of?
So that we do not have to worry about new darkspawn coming from their bodies.
Or old Templars coming for ours.
out of character. Cremation is like the agreed upon.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Making sure I remember that correctly.
That is how you stop them from coming back and making more darkspawn. Or ghouls.
Only reason why I knew to do it.
Yes, it is the correct way in which to dispose of the dead in order to stop more darkspawn. Turning back, has your desires been sated?
Garahel says in a very husky, low voice, "You have been avenged, my friend."
You cannot avenge one who does not seek vengeance.
Regardless, it has
Long
been
and short,
done.
this happened. We need to make it so that people don't know it happened, but also keep the things of value.
I will light your fire.
Galen, are you okay?
I am. I just. The corruption of the Templars. They're supposed to be useful and good, but they aren't.
Welcome to Thetis.
They fulfill a necessary role, says Garahel. Even though they can sometimes be a little too enthusiastic about it.
I'm sure if you were to ask them, they would say that we were a bit enthusiastic in our ways.
They grabbed somebody they weren't supposed to, and they didn't care. Apathy is worse than malice.
So, give me that roll, Steve. Or
14.
Okay. So you do manage to arrange the bodies, the canvas, some lamp oil that you find, in such a way that it will burn the bodies, and the fire will probably not spread. Do you stick around long enough to see the job complete, or are you just ready to leave?
No desire to leave? I'll stay as long as
I
necessary for everyone to be confident of the job done.
also think we should stay. We don't need any more darkspawn around.
Okay. So you spend about an hour. Doesn't smell great. Does not.
We're gonna
Uh,
be upwind.
yeah. The smell just also it gets everywhere. It's gross. All right.
Huh.
So
There's a thought. Do tranquils acknowledge things as smelling or tasting bad?
I would
yeah.
think you do, but you don't complain about it.
Well, so I would say that like you are definitely capable of experiencing physical discomfort.
Yeah, okay.
And you also retain the reasoning capability, like the
Mm-hmm.
problem-solving ability to be
Right.
oh, like oh, like a pin is sticking into me, that hurts. I'm going to take it out.
But is taste and smell
I think of it.
physiological or
I would.
mental?
I would think you
So
understand the concept.
That's
You
it.
just.
That is an irrelevant conversation at the time. I apologize.
so what I will
I was
say is
interested.
that if you are eating something that tastes good, like you don't really like register it as like a pleasurable experience, but you also know enough not to eat anything that tastes terrible.
Okay.
All right. So, you see these three Templars off covering up the terrible crime you have committed, of killing three people who were just trying to keep Thetis safe for the mages, from the mages. And so you make it back to the Warden outpost just as the sun is setting, and Garahel's face is still pretty dark. He says, "All right, let's get this over with. Make yourselves ready, and then we'll meet in the main hall. You have an hour."
I'm gonna go take a quick bath.
Yeah, yeah. Isaiah comes out, sees you all covered in um blood of one sort. She's very concerned, and Garahel sort of takes her aside, and you're pretty sure he's going to tell her just everything that everyone has gotten up to.
Oh, I do take my griffin with me.
Okay, your griffins, there are specific stables for the griffins. Uh, yeah, so what are you gonna name your griffin?
I am naming my griffin Druil, or Drew for casual conversation.
Okay.
I like bastardizing the names of elven gods.
All right. Is there anything else that anyone else would like to accomplish before the joining ritual?
Making sure my quarry doesn't escape and taking a bath and
Okay.
spending time with Arrow.
Okay. How about you, Garrick?
Yeah, I'm all for a little cleanup. I don't know how horrible this joining is going to be, but I'm a little bloody. A little healing of myself up if I can.
Yeah,
Since
you can seek out Isaiah, who is a mage, and ask her to heal you.
I'll do that then. That one lady hit me pretty hard.
Alright, say, Garahil told me about what happened.
It wasn't pretty. they weren't pretty beforehand, less so after.
Well, I know he.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
It's
Please,
just a
Frank.
really strong flashback Rachel's having about the whole fight. That's
She turned into JD from Scrubs.
Ooh. Yeah. Hang it. Now she's gonna say something weird that has absolutely nothing to do with anything, and I have to act like it meant something.
no, her computer crashed.
Oh no.
Quick, everyone be entertaining.
Well, we could have a little bit of a meeting before the joining.
Ooh.
A meeting of the minds? Not
Yeah.
likely.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm the host now. Ha!
I'm
Yeah,
the storyteller.
How about this? Let us gather over our griffins before the joining.
Well,
Only
my
after you
griffin
tell
is
me how your
Gary.
griffin's name is spelled.
My griffin's name?
Is it spelled
Um,
how?
DRU''IL.
Perfect, thank you. Carry on.
And Galen might recognize it as a shortened form or as a kind of abbreviated name for Andruil, the god of the hunt, the goddess of the hunt, which is very important to the Dalish because she means survival.
Good name.
Um, so are we really going through with this?
Well, I have a choice. I can walk away,
You can.
but I don't feel the need to.
I mean, I could probably run, and if there's a blight, y'all wouldn't have time to really look after me, would you?
I'm already infected and I have nothing left to lose.
So not
So
a good
he doesn't have a
for our
choice.
decisions. I can't take care of a griffin on my own. I don't know anybody outside of, Val Royaux, and not gonna lie, it's nice to not be entirely the lowest thing in the world.
It's an interesting way to look at it.
I don't understand what it's like to be the lowest thing in the world. I'm rather tall.
Then spend a week with knife ears in an alienage, and you'll know.
I don't know if you know, but it is a difficult life being an elf, Garrick.
I returned. My apologies.
God has not forsaken us.
We were just chatting over our griffins before the joining ceremony.
Thank you.
Okay, so just for
I'm Harold
everyone's
now.
understanding,
They can got your back whenever it happens.
so just so everyone's aware, I am the storyteller now. Ambrose, you are Jurgen. Rachel, you are Garrick. Devin, you are Harold Wynn. And Brody,
Okay.
you are no longer appearing in this game.
Hello, I have no feelings.
All right. I sneak around to a noble's house and I put cayenne pepper in the bathing water.
All right. We are back in normal order. Apologies for the interruption.
Well done,
All
but
right.
you played the character.
Yeah. I think we had a power surge and my computer crashed. But we're back now.
Lucifer did not turn off your computer.
No, it was not him.
Just like a cat owner did not blame their cat for something the cat has done. Good job, Rachel.
I'm fairly certain it wasn't him.
Lucifer is perfect in every way.
He
That's
is.
exactly what a person who has completely and utterly been toxoplasmosified would say.
I do have the cat brain worms, but that is neither here nor there. Moving on. So, it is time for the joining ritual.
Hmm.
Before you go further, while you're pulling up your notes, I will advocate for my group. Did you guys want to finish your pre-joining conversation? The three attendees? Initiates.
I think I don't know, Galen, you still have a choice, but I think Garrick and I were on board. Mainly because our lives are shit.
I've already got the taint, so I already
Well,
have the taint in my life.
taint my reason. Um, I
Taint
just
is
got
all the
no.
taint's all the reason I need.
I ain't got nowhere to go, and my griffin is hard to feed, and I have a feeling y'all will help me with that. So I'm in.
Okay. Excellent. So, you are all led to the main hall. And this is where where you take your meals and where meetings are held. And you see that all of the other Grey Wardens are here. Issei is here, Leon and Michelle are here, Garahel is here. And not only are they here, but they're in their full Grey Warden regalia. And you can see that set aside for you is a set of um, tunics with the Griffin logo of the Grey Wardens. And you also see that there is a big banner hanging. And again, it's got the same Griffin logo, such that is behind Ambrose. Uh, and not only that, but it also lists the Grey Warden motto: in war, victory; in peace, vigilance; and in death, sacrifice.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
And what happens next is Isaiah steps forward, and you see her mix a couple things. There is a goblet that you can tell just by smelling has a variety of herbs, some sort of magical concoction. And she also takes the vials that you collected of darkspawn blood and pours them into the goblet. And then the last thing she does is take out a cut glass bottle emblazoned with the warden sigil. And she says, "This is the blood of Thoth, the archdemon slain in the third blight. This is the same ritual that we have been doing since the founding of our order. And these are the same words that have been said. Join us, brothers and sisters. Join us in the shadows where we stand vigilant. Join us as we carry the duty that cannot be forsworn. And should you perish, know that your sacrifice will not be forgotten, and that one day we shall join you." And the goblet is offered first to Galen.
Galen takes this goblet and peers down in it, sniffs delicately at it, knowing that there was blood put in it now.
So you smell the magic herbs, the tincture that Isaiah created as the base. And you can also smell blood, which is, you're no stranger to the smell of blood. But there is also the scent of corruption, the sickly sweet scent of decay.
He's gonna look at each of his new friends after having processed that and acquaintance. You know, Jurgen, don't have any feelings towards him. No. And well, see you on the other side, perhaps. Hopefully. And he will partake.
Okay. The mixture slides down your throat and hits your stomach, and you are racked with incredible pain. You pass out. The cup goes next to Rory, who looks a little green around the gills, like, you can't expect me to. And Isaiah says, this is the price of becoming a Grey Warden. Join us. And a little reluctantly, he takes the cup, takes just the smallest sip he possibly can. And he falls down, convulsing and foaming at the mouth, and starts bleeding from his eyes. And he dies. And the cup goes next to Harold Wynn.
Harold takes the cup, looks at it for a moment. This is the most control I've had over my fate in my entire life, and takes a big, deep swig, like it's
Okay.
beer.
You struggle to keep it all down. Just this much mixture, blood, darkspawn taint racks you, and you feel like you want to throw up. And it takes everything you can to keep it all down, but you do. And the cup goes next to Garrick.
Garrick looks at the blood in the cup, looks at the black veins that are forming on his body. Or the dog, I guess.
Okay. And the same thing with you. This is the worst pain you have ever felt in your entire life. And you also black out. But not as long as Galen. You come to, and Galen is still out cold. With Isaiah, her hand on his neck, making sure he's alive. And you come to, Galen. And of course, Landers also goes through this experience, but we'll play that out when Kay is available. And you can see that Michelle is writing something on a parchment, and it is a list of all your names. So you see Harold Wynn, Galen of the Dalish, Landers Pavis, and Rory also gets his name added because he was a Grey Warden for 2 heartbeats, but he was still a Grey Warden. Garahel looks over at all of you and says, "Good. We only lost one. I'm glad. We'll see his body seen to. I'm sure you have questions." So 2 more wardens come forward. They pick up Rory's body with all due respect and start carrying it away to make funeral preparations. So, do you have questions?
What's
What?
next?
What was that?
Go, Garrick.
What in the maker's name was in that? That is the worst thing I have ever drank.
I've had worse.
It's necessary. We learned long ago that this was the only way to control the taint.
Are my arms no longer black spider veins?
Yeah, you look and it's all gone.
So we untaint with taint?
It cost a lot of lives. And a lot of brave men and women had to make a lot of sacrifices for us to figure out this.
So now we just live the rest of our lives as Grey Wardens.
Yes. This is what binds us together as brothers, sisters, and siblings in the Order.
So what's next for us?
Well, we're going to Antiva. We need to understand if this is a blight. And that is where we have sent the greatest number. We have seen mass Sangha. We are also going there to cultivate allies. The King and Queen of Antiva, I'm told, are hosting a lavish social season this year. You can take advantage of this to cultivate allies. It's always good to cultivate allies, but even more so if this is well and truly Andesea. Are there any further questions?
Galen doesn't have any, but he's like looking at his hands and his arms and like trying to
Mhm.
figure out if he feels different.
You feel change in some way that you struggle to put into words. You do know that forever after, for the rest of your life, there will be a before and an after. This is the moment.
Anything we should expect is after effects of the Grey Warden beverage?
You will probably have unquiet dreams for a while. These are nothing to be scared of. And certainly an increased appetite, which is why we have prepared a welcoming banquet for our newest wardens.
Ooh.
So, if you are ready. All right.
Let's see.
So, You are led outside, where even though it is night, they have taken the trouble to set up outdoor lanterns, and they have set these big wooden tables. They are just full of food. Lots of roasted meat with vegetables. There's mutton, there's venison, there's beef, there's chicken. There are these big savory meat pies, just full of all sorts of delicious gravy and vegetables and more meat with thick buttered crust. The wine and ale flow, and everyone is happy. Their warden armor is gleaming, and they are eager to welcome you into the ranks of the Grey Wardens. And you all find yourselves just ravenously hungry. You don't necessarily like feel hunger, but you look up and you realize you've all had like 3 full plates already.
Harold will kind of pocket a little bit of the food.
Mm-hmm.
Want-
Okay.
Specifically to bring back to his griffin.
Okay.
Garrick will pick up 3 more plates. Start trying to talk to somebody and give up halfway through when he realizes that he can be cramming his pie hole instead.
All right. So, you realize that like the other Grey Wardens are also, fairly good appetite, but uh, they seem to laugh as they see how hungry all of you all are. Like, ah ha ha. Yes, I remember how hungry I was right after my joining. So, here's what happens. Isaiah comes to each of you and gives you a small piece of crystal in a necklace. And it's a relic of your joining, of what was left in the goblet. She says, here, these are keepsakes or mementos. And you are also given hip flasks. And this will become your conscription ale. These are bottles, flasks, jars, however you want them to be structured. They will always be about 3/4 full of liquor, ale. The flavor will always be unique to you, so you can spend some time thinking about what your bottle will look like and what the conscription ale will taste like. When you receive your amulet, your Grey Warden icon, take an ability advancement in the ability of your choice. Yes.
Does this apply to me?
Yes. Because these are all benefits you get from being a Grey Warden, and I'm just running you through it all.
Alright, an ability.
Uh-huh.
So basically +1 to any stat we
Yep.
want.
Yep.
Hmm.
You also become a novice in a new talent or gain a degree in a talent you already have.
Ooh. I'd like to gain a degree. How do we what does
Uh,
that entail?
So on your character sheet, it would be in the class powers and spells, or in the talent box on page 2. So essentially, all of the talent trees have novice, journeyman, and master degrees. So, for you, what do you have already?
Archery style, short blades, staves, and brawl. But I only have 2 boxes, one for apprentice or one for journeyman.
Another way of thinking about it from a mechanics perspective is if you're more familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, it's essentially if you have the entry level feat, you can buy the second level of the feat that goes up to 3 tiers, or you can buy a whole new feat in any category.
Yeah. And it doesn't have room for master, that is a flaw of design, but once you reach master, you can go ahead and note it wherever there is space. So, for instance, the journeyman archery style is due to long hours of practice, you can reload faster than common bowmen. You can reload a bow as a free action and a crossbow as a minor action.
Um, what were the levels again? They were novice, apprentice, journeyman, and master.
Novice, journeyman, master.
Okay.
In the book, page 59 of the PDF is where the list of talents is.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Okay. Cool.
All right, and then you gain one more bonus. You all gain a perception focus. Detect darkspawn. You will be able to detect darkspawn a number of yards away equal to 5 times your level. And your level, by the way, is now 2.
So we then also get any bonuses for leveling up to 2?
Yes, you do.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Hey.
Get bigger.
Oh, snap, crackle, pop.
Pop, pop.
So, let me make sure.
And I do believe that because it's level 2, you can level up an ability of your primary focus for your class.
Yeah, so, yeah. So you gain 1d6 plus your constitution in health points. You get another advancement point to spend on an ability, so in total you get 2 points to spend right now. You get 1 new ability focus from your primary abilities. And you get class powers relating to your classes. So, at level 2, mages gain a new spell. So I'm going to work something out with Steve, so you get a cookie. Rogues at level 2 You can perform the Pierce Armor stunt for 1 stunt point instead of 2.
He's cheap.
And Warriors, you can either get the Military Lore focus in Cunning, the Riding focus in Dexterity, or the Climbing focus in Strength.
So, what is
Riding.
the military lore focus used for?
Essentially strategy, if you want to direct the battlefield. Let me bring that up so I can give you the specific answer. Yeah, so you know strategy, tactics, and famous applications thereof. And so this is going to be important once we get to running mass battles. Because if you are commanding the field, if you are the commander in charge of the armies, you can apply your military lore focus.
Oh man, I already have riding. I guess I'll go with climbing.
And you said that the things that we get when we level, we get another ability point.
Mm-hmm.
1d6 plus con health.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I know you.
1 ability focus in your primary abilities.
Okay, ability focus. That's what I missed.
Yeah, so you're gonna get 2 focuses essentially. The warriors
Okay. Okay. Might as well do it. I will do the military lore so we have that going for us.
I am bumping my communication twice.
are. Okay.
So now somebody's got a 5 in comms. Oh no, I'm the party face.
I love that for you though.
Yeah, I so everyone knows, straight out decided to add some dexterity points so that my defense is higher, because I plan on taking as many hits as possible.
Oh, I'll be increasing my dex too, but I figured somebody needed the comms in the group. And animal handling, because seems kind of silly not to take it now. The dice have spoken.
Okay. Does anyone have any more questions about leveling or about your Grey Warden powers?
I think I doubt I'm the only person asking this. Would horsemanship be a talent for griffin riding?
It would be its own specialization. The game didn't really anticipate running historical games where you get griffins. So it would be its own dexterity focus, but anytime you can take horsemanship, you can take griffin riding instead.
Because there is a specific horsemanship talent.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that griffin riding and horsemanship are 2 different things.
So basically, we're having a griffin riding instead of horsemanship
Yeah,
as an option.
totally different skill set.
But we'll
Okay.
run it the same mechanics just for griffins, not horses.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Bugger. There. Well, shit, this is entirely unrelated, but I guess I should pick my smithing focus so that I actually have the blacksmithing abilities that I should have.
Just maybe.
This is a good chance to fill out your character sheet in ways that are relevant to what you're building.
Yeah, so that'll be it. I'll have a smithing focus so that I'm slightly better when I adjust the new equipment we have.
Cool, my health is now 43.
It's 1 too many.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I could take it down 1, but I don't wanna.
No, let the enemies do that.
From the joining, I raised my communication to 1 just for the benefit of my griffin. And then I raised my perception 1, so it's now at 3.
Good.
Sounds good.
And the joining skill thing, archery, I updated to journeyman. The rest of my skills are novice, I believe. I think.
Which skills are you taking? For a
Oh,
talent?
They're ones I already had.
Okay.
But the talent that we get boosted from the joining, I
Mhm.
raised archery.
Excellent.
I think I got everything. Maybe. Oh, and I picked climbing.
Yeah, I typed it all up in the Discord for you.
Thank you so much.
Ooh, I might go with animal training as a talent.
Wait, you always get an advancement point for leveling?
Yes.
Oh.
The costs just go up after you hit 5. So you would need to wait 2 levels to level up
Yeah.
something to 6.
Oof. Big oof on my HP roll there, guys. 26.
Do you need a hug or do you feel
Yeah.
any particular way?
I have moved
I
up from
think that-
26 hit points to 27 hit points.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure hugging him might hurt him too badly.
I went up a whopping 3, so I'm way above you.
Yeah, also to note, because this is an even numbered level, you must spend your level advancement point on one of your primary abilities. You can spend your warden advancement point wherever you want.
Where? Okay, hold on.
So leveling up is page 32,
Thank you.
and then the specific warden benefits is page 74.
Okay. 1d6 plus constitution. Okay. So I get to add 1 extra one in there? Yes, 28. Haha, suck it. I'm invincible.
Congratulations, Raceland. You will live
Yeah.
forever.
And I don't think this matters yet, but once you want to bring something up to 6, that will cost you 2 advancement points.
Yeah, okay. On a primary ability. When you gain an odd number level, you must spend it on a secondary ability. What were my primary abilities? Oh, they're the ones checked. Got it!
Yeah.
Dang. Alright. Guys, my cunning is 5. I am one
Nice.
cunning ass tranquil.
You are a cunning linguist.
You got the brains, I got the mouth.
Okay. Any more questions?
No, just a clarification. Switching perception was not my primary ability, so I switched it to strength, and that I now have 3 in, because that was a primary.
Okay.
Focus.
So, you celebrate into the wee hours, more or less intoxicated by the time you stagger back to your quarters. And one by one, you all fall asleep. Garrick,
Ah!
you have a dream of being deep underground, and you're standing on a cliff in a cave. So this is a massive, massive cave, and you look around and you understand that this is no natural cave, that this is something that someone has dug out of the ground. It's the size of a cathedral, of several cathedrals, and you look down. There's a ravine about, I don't know, 100 feet deep, and streaming through it are countless darkspawn. And you try to estimate, is this 100, 500, 1,000, 5,000? You can't count that high.
I lost count at 12.
Just more and more and more darkspawn just streaming beneath your feet. Galen, you have dreams of these terrible creatures. Whose mouths are all teeth, and their arms end in these bone claws, and they shriek as they attack and tear apart the Dalish encampment. And Heroine, you also have dreams of being in the Horde. You look around, and there's a darkspawn to the left, darkspawn to the right, darkspawn in front of you, darkspawn behind you, and when you look down at your own hands, you see that you have become the darkspawn. Jürgen,
What do
There's
I
a-
dream?
tremendous dragon that stalks your dreams.
What?
Uh-huh.
Wait.
A black and purple and green, and you see it flying. You think it might be an overcast sky, but you realize no, it's a huge underground cave. And you see it scream and just spit purple and green light from its maw.
This is wrong. This shouldn't be
And-
happening.
You feel a moment of true fear before waking up, and you're back to being tranquil. And that's where we're going to end it for today.
Shit.
So, thank you all so much for playing. Thank you to my wonderful audience who wants me to spoil my cat terribly.
Yee.
So, stick around because in about an hour we will be playing Curse of Strahd. She is the Ancient on this channel. And if you want more Dragon Age content, then swing by on Wednesday as I play through Dragon Age 2 on stream. We have begun recruiting the companions. Haven't found all of them yet. But if you enjoy tabletop RPGs, then come by on Friday for more Dune. And then coming up, we are going to start doing Girl by Moonlight, one of Evil Hat's newest titles about queer magical girls, run by Tom Moore. Due to logistics reasons, these are going to be pre-recorded sessions. Air date to be determined soon. But for now, Grey Wardens, tell us who you are and where people can find you when you're not fighting Darkspawn.
Oh, when I'm not fighting Darkspawn, you can find me all over the internet as I am Changeling and on Etsy at Thornkind. You can find me playing again 11 p.m. in Dune. Excitement, adventure, drama, intrigue, the spice.
Ramen babies.
Did you say robbing babies?
Oh,
Fremen babies.
Welcome to the Dune version of Bachelorette, where we try and set up Lady Daphne with a myriad people.
We?
Okay, you.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of me, I'm Devin. You can find me online at Sorta Sullied until the Bird app is no more. And you can find me again on Friday, where I will be playing Matchmaker. Stilgar is definitely your match.
Oh God.
Uh, and you can find me on Friday, and yeah, that's about it. I have been Garrick, Garrick the Tainted One, and yeah, bye.
Hello, everybody. My name is Steve. You can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade, but I don't do much on the internet, honestly, so don't look for me, I guess. Find me here. I'm still in fires. It's great. My pronouns are he, him. Tonight I've been playing Jurgen, the Tranquil, who did not get to tell you, but didn't want to, but felt it necessary to tell you to enjoy this evening of feasting, because it won't be like this very often.
And I am Brody. You can find me at the Raba1 on the Bird app for as long as it continues. Otherwise, I am but a mere figment of your imagination and do not exist outside of that space or in reality. There is no meat space for you to find. I have played Harold Wynn, your enjoyable, chaotic, neutral creature that has no issues doing the things that need to be done in order to be a Grey Warden anymore. Bye.
I mean, it's all downhill from here.
I was gonna say it's all uphill from here, or it's all gravy from here, but
Yeah, so I'm Stolen Fires. You can find me everywhere else, including Burning Bird app, along with MySpace, Hive. I'm not on Mastodon because I can't figure that shit out. But I'm everywhere else. And so we bring this session of Victory, Vigilance, and Sacrifice to a close, and we open next week with Rub Light.